Oh, look who's waking up. Good. I'm not known for being a patient woman. Stop squirming. There's nothing you can do till the paralytic wears off. Calm down. I'm not trying to kill you. If that was the case, you never would have woken up. I just needed you to stop moving for a minute. Oh, it hurts? Of course it does. If you wanted to be coddled, you should have collapsed around Sage. No, I can't go get her. Our little healer is off ensuring the rest of the protocol remains intact. Like it or not, I'm your only option. What? Don't tell me you have the gall to doubt my qualifications? Listen here, you pathetic rat. Murder and medicine are two sides of the same coin. I know just as much about saving lives as I do taking them. Now shut it and listen. I have questions, and you, well, you're going to answer them. And in turn, I'll keep you from bleeding out. Understood? There we go. Now someone's acting sensibly. What are you doing here? Don't play dumb. It's not a good look for someone who wants to remain alive. Come on. I don't have all day. Why are you here? You just got here. I see. Wrong place, wrong time. What a charming story. If only there was someone naive enough to believe you. There is nothing left in this place. Even an idiot like you should be able to see that. So why on earth would you just happen to be here then? What could an innocent person possibly want in a place like this? Oh, still nothing to say? That isn't going to work for much longer. After all, scientists do more than ask questions. We require results. And for that, it seems I'll need to make you speak. Well, there's more than one way to do that, I suppose. Let's see. I'm certain you must have some brain function left, so let me break it down into a simple equation. Something even someone like you could understand. A simple constant, a variable, and a possible outcome. Now, perhaps you're unaware of the situation you find yourself in. If you could move, I'm certain you would be looking for your meager belongings. I've taken the liberty of handing those over to an associate of mine, and I can assure you, there's no secret of yours he can't dig up with time. There's our constant. I will get what I want from you, by force if necessary. It really doesn't matter to me. Then there's the variable, you. Whether I like it or not, for the time being, you do still possess free will. If you want to be smart about this, just tell me everything. Every tiny detail that brought mermen like you to this place once again. Or, you can wait and say nothing. And lastly, the outcome. That's the part that you'll really want to pay attention to. Because, if you tell me now, there's the chance that maybe, just maybe, things could turn out all right for you. However, if you don't, well, I can promise you that your last thought will be that you really wished I'd just left you to bleed out in the sand, along with your little friends. Understood. Excellent. Now, who are you, and what are you doing here? You're here looking for someone. Isn't that a familiar story? So why here? It was an accident? Oh, and you didn't know where to begin to look. How interesting. So of all the places, you chose a destroyed research facility. A site of a tragedy that someone as pathetic as you could never begin to understand. Well, if that's the case, you're even more of a fool than I imagined. Allow me to have the honor of quashing that little hope of yours. There's nothing left for you here. For anyone, for that matter. If your leads are so feeble that you're left to wander around like a bumbling fool, I can only imagine the success that awaits you. Give up and go back to whatever hole you crawled out of. That'd be the best thing to do, lest you meet someone less merciful than me. No? Oh my, so you are capable of defiance. How cute. Tell me then. Come on. What's so worth all this suffering? Could it be love? God, of course it is. It always comes back to love with idiots like you. What a ridiculous notion. No, it isn't. Then I suppose that just leaves one other thing. Perhaps you're here for revenge. It's written all over your face. Revenge it is. Humans are so predictable. Like rats in a maze. Set them loose and watch them run to their own demise. How funny. What's that? I'm a monster. Is that supposed to hurt? Please. Here, perhaps you need a reminder on what pain really is. It's a paralytic, not an anesthetic, you idiot. Which means I can make this as painful for you as I'd like. Alright then. With that fresh in your mind, let's continue our conversation. If it's someone you care so much for, then I'm certain you'll have no trouble recalling their name. Who brought you here? What? Is that supposed to be your attempt at comedy? No one calls me that. Not anymore. And that includes the likes of you. Who else could you possibly be referring to? You're Sabine? Oh. Well, isn't that fascinating? So that's where you came from. All the way from the other side for her. How amusing. So why are you looking for my copy? What purpose could that serve you? It seems miracles never cease. You're here to kill her. I take it back. Maybe keeping you alive wasn't a mistake. Shit. That means we've got company. The unwanted kind. No, of course I won't let you die. Please. You aren't going anywhere. Not while you're still of use to me. Now then, back on your feet. Let's see what you can do. Christ. Just what do you think you're doing, snooping around late at night? What? My mask? God, you're stupid as they come, aren't you? I can take it off at any time. I simply prefer not to. That said, it's not particularly conducive to a late-night drink. You know, you can stop staring at any time. Also, you didn't answer my question. What is vermin like you doing scurrying around at this hour? Fair enough. If you miss dinner, you're bound to get hungry. Next time, be more punctual. Neon might lack self-control, but her cooking is above reproach. I am capable of compliments. You simply have never done anything to, well, merit one, let's just say. Yes, I do own clothes that aren't the suit. It's simply the most conducive way I've developed to harness my abilities. Though I've yet to find a material suitable for sleeping that yields the same results. Truly, each conversation we have only leaves me more perplexed as to why they even let you join the protocol. It's like they're actively signing up for babysitting these days. What? Now why would you say something like that? Oh, Brimstone told you I put in a good word for you? Christ, I mean, I knew the old man was going senile, I just didn't know it was happening at such an expedient rate. My goodness, I'll have to have Sage examine him. Don't believe everything you hear, and don't repeat it either. The walls have eyes and ears around your things to decipher. You're liable to get yourself in trouble. Maybe with someone even nastier than me. No, I'm not looking out for you, or whatever you're implying. I just don't need another mess on my hands. Blood's a bitch to clean up, no matter how often you do it. Now, did you want something? Or are you going to stop being a nuisance and let me enjoy my evening? No, so you can't sleep either. Delightful. It's chamomile. With honey? I produce poison, moron. I don't drink it. How did you even get in here? Of course. Someone gave you a fucking key card. They are handing them out like participation trophies these days, and no matter how many times I tell them maybe that compromises security, it never seems to stick. I'll add that to the next agenda. Do not give rookies keycards that have full access to the facilities. No, you may not have some of my tea. Make your own, for fuck's sake. No, it's not that I couldn't sleep. I was working. The new information Deadlock's provided us with is vast, but Brimstone and Cypher have their hands full at the moment, briefing her on the basics of the protocol. Someone needs to set it straight. You want to help? Don't make me laugh. Come on, I knew you weren't the sharpest knife in the drawer, but really? How could you possibly help me? Compare her information with the last known intel you have from the other side. Careful. You're starting to make sense. Wouldn't want me to get used to it. Frankly, Cadet, I don't think that's a good idea. I prefer to work alone. And the last thing I need is someone getting in my way. Besides, what makes you think you're cleared to work with me? After all, you don't even have a name yet. You're joking. Please, tell me you're fucking joking. let me get this straight. You're called Fractile. And kindly tell me, why the actual fuck would that be? Because we found you in the labs in Fracture. And you've broken away from the other side. Just whose harebrained logic is that? No, let me guess. It was Neon. Gecko. Of course, Brimstone is far too soft on him already. It was only a matter of time before things went haywire. I mean, after all, you've heard how he named his companions? No, I must admit, they are far more useful to the protocol than I think you will be. Of that I'm certain. And who told you not to take my disdain personally? Was it Sage? As sweet as our healer is, she's grossly misinformed on this matter. It is always, oh, so personal. Well, I won't deny that part of me is curious just how you managed to make it this far, considering, well, you know who I'm speaking of. The other Sabine. That's why you're here, after all. For her, right? So why don't you tell me what she was like? No doubt brilliant, but still. I've always wondered just how close the reflection is. Oh, she's nothing like me? Probably for the best. Though I suppose she is being hunted by you, unlike myself. Somehow, I doubt she's concerned. The kettle isn't working because it isn't plugged into the wall, Cadet. I won't deny it. Your antics are at times amusing. Not funny enough, though. Reach under the counter and plug it in. Into the wall socket. Brilliant work. Truly protocol-worthy. You really are a sorry excuse for a new recruit, you know that. What's the first rule of dealing with a venomous snake? Don't look away. Now then, I think it's time we had a real talk. Just the two of us. Don't think about screaming. Besides, there's no one around at this hour anyway. You said it yourself. It's awful late to be up. Oh then, let's hear your story. Why exactly are you after Sabine? What would have made you so bothered to follow her all the way here? I mean, to kill her, certainly. That's a mutual goal. Lord forbid that poor woman get a day of rest. But what would drive you just so far? Did she destroy someone you loved? In a way. Don't be coy. It's not a good look on you. A fiancé. My, oh my. The horrors of war corrupted your poor wife-to-be, and now she's a monster. What a sad, sad tale. And you, the noble suitor here to finish the job for her. Truly, what an idyllic story. It almost moves me to tears. Don't flatter yourself. My tear ducts dried up years ago. Besides, I don't want to clean up the floor. I'm not moved by your sappy little story. At least not in the way you're thinking. I never said I don't believe you. I do. Love makes people do the most ridiculous things known to man. It's like a Class A drug. Besides, wars have been fought over much, much less. So no, it's not that I don't believe you. I just know there's more to it. One simple word of advice, though. I was a monster long before whatever madness you think you lost her to took hold. Consider yourself lucky. We've never been marriage material. Now then, if you'll excuse me, I have things to do. Drink your tea and go to bed, vermin. Oh, and Fractal, one more thing. You should get someone to give you an intro to the weapons you'll be using. After all, maybe then you'll be able to notice when a gun still has its safety on. Understood? Good night then. Damn it. Fractal? What the hell are you doing here? And where are the others? Still stuck on the other side. Shit. Well, at least that means they'll be keeping them busy. I honestly can't believe you managed to sneak over here. What a stupid move. Of course I wasn't answering. The radio's down. Someone thought it would be clever to put a bullet through it. No, it wasn't me. Christ. What's happening over there anyways? With the others? They've got Sage working overtime then. No, it was just their Sova here. That won't last for long though, once they realize I've got this. The idiot really thought he'd be able to plant the spike without us noticing. Of course I heard him, clumping around in his heavy insulated boots. I suppose they must be good for snow, but not so much for stealth. I wouldn't have survived this long without knowing tricks like that. We should be all right for a minute. Now we need to gather our resources and figure out what's next. The last communication I got was from KJ. Our little technician has run into trouble, but she seems to think she can lose them. You understand what that means, right? It means it's going to be a little bit longer before we have a way out, like it or not. I'll admit, it's unfortunate that this is how your first day is going. Then again, I suppose there's something to be said for trial by fire. You seem to be holding up all right. Here, press this against your cheek. Do you think I really don't understand that it's just a shallow cut? Maybe you're forgetting. I am a doctor. A wound on your head is going to bleed too much not to be treated, especially when we have ample opportunity. So just quit your whining, would you? Besides, you're swimming with the sharks now. Best to avoid blood in the water. You're in their sights, so be careful. Why, of course. Did you really think you could plan to kill that woman without her gunning for you? Seems as though you may have not known your fiancé that well after all. If I were a betting woman, I'd say there's a bullet with your name on it. Mine too, if it makes you feel any better. Your radio's going off. Answer it, would you? Unless you're looking to have them know exactly where we are. Well, don't keep me in suspense, Fractal. What did they say? They're pulling back. Shit. Well, That means they're onto us then. So much for sneaking. Either way is fine. We can do this by force if we must. Look, don't lose your head. All we have to do is hold things down until our ride's here. We simply defend our position. Surely Cypher must have given you the basics, right? He was supposed to be helping train you. Precisely. Oh, and you're gonna want to reload while you're at it. What? Are you joking? All gone. All of those bullets. Wasted. And your sidearm? Gone as well. How in the ever-loving fuck did you seem to manage that? Actually, I don't want to know. Well, at least it had no bullets. Last thing we need is to hand them the means of our own destruction. You really are a piece of work. Moments like this truly do make me think that I perhaps should have let you bleed to death when I found you. Why? Because this is not an occasion when I need to babysit someone like you. Why did I then? Well, best to consider it a lapse in judgment. Won't happen again. After all, you are at the best of times a fucking headache, and at moments like this, a complete and utter liability. That said, it's not as though you're useless. And the rest of the protocol seems to have grown increasingly fond of you, in spite of your clear inadequacy. The others. I suppose those fools would be sad to see you go when you've just arrived to darken our doorstep. No. I don't think it's time for you to die quite yet. All right then, Fractal. Seems that a new plan is in order. Take these. There should be more than enough ammunition for both the rifle and the sidearm. Don't overextend. Does it sound like a suggestion? Take them. They aren't your usual, but I'd hope Sova explained the basics well enough. Even someone like you should be able to make use of them. Point, shoot, and don't fucking miss this time. What about me? Don't be ridiculous. Do I seem like the sort of woman that needs a gun to get the job done? Please, I have enough poison for all of them. And don't discount my abilities with a knife. Like I said, I am a doctor. I can find the vital points with my eyes shut. Yes, this is how we'll put an end to all this. It's quite simple, really. I'll deploy the pit, and you will take the spike to the rendezvous point. Then, wait for the others, and don't get killed. Easy enough for you to understand? Be fast. And for the love of God, don't get caught again. After all, I'm not coming to help you this time. What will I be doing? Well, I'll keep them busy. No doubt they'll assume we're safeguarding the spike here. They'll have to push in to be certain. And then I'll cut them to pieces. Do us both a favor and stop wasting time. Don't make foolish offers. And don't forget what you are. You are not one of us. My poison would put you down like a lab rat. You should know that better than anyone. Does it seem like the time for selfish sentimentality? You need to get moving before we're surrounded. But, this is an order. Get the spike to safety before I shoot you myself. I never said it was an ideal plan. It will simply have to do. You'll make it. Have a little faith in yourself. Why? Please. Like I'd miss the chance to make them suffer. Besides, I'm starting to see what she saw in you. Don't overthink it. And remember, finish it. Do you understand? Look at you. Don't go getting teary on me now. It was never gonna work out. Now then, I think it's time to say farewell. Don't make me regret this. Bye, Fractal. Not again. Please tell me that's not who I think it is. You have gotta be kidding me. Well, I guess that means I'm still alive, right? There is not a chance in hell you and I are ending up in the same place. Don't worry, rookie. You'll get to experience this joy eventually. No such thing as a free resurrection. Doesn't explain why I'm here, though. Or you, for that matter. By all accounts, I should be decaying in the sand right now. And the fact that I'm not means that someone didn't follow their orders, did they? What a pain in the ass. Yes, I am complaining about you saving my life. Do you not realize what could have happened? I understand the mission was a success. But what if it wasn't, Fractal? What then? Then you and I are alive briefly until the world is destroyed. And it's all your goddamn fault. Understand? Who am I kidding? There's no way any of this is going to get through that thick fucking skull of yours, is there? This is why I hate new recruits. You're always so goddamn hopeful. Seriously pisses me off. Excuse me? No, I'm not going to thank you. Please, did you think I'd come back and think you were the cat's fucking pajamas? Oh, well, at least you did grab my mask. Thank you for that, then. Now hand it over. There. Are you happy now? I said thanks. I don't have to wear it. You always just have such an idiotic look on your face when I don't. Turns my stomach. Speaking of looks, you seriously look worse than I do. How long have you been sitting there? Of course. I've told Liam we should invest some of the budget into better chairs for the med ward, but apparently he'd rather put it towards things that matter. Which really just means more gadgets for KJ, but who am I to say? Last thing I want is to have to deal with all that spreadsheet bullshit. Now then, why don't you go and have Sky look at your face, huh? It'd be a shame if it got infected. I'm not concerned. I just don't want looking at you to be more irritating than it already is. And while you're at it, tell her to stop dragging me here after every res. It's not necessary. Oh, since when did you get your doctoral degree, huh, Fractal? As long as my organs are on the right side of my skin, I'm fine. I have no idea what you're talking about. You should hear yourself. I mean, clearly you misheard me. Now, why on earth would I do something as stupid as sacrifice myself for the likes of you? Please, risking life and limb for a new recruit? Doesn't sound like me. The mission comes first. Simple as that. Don't delude yourself. Besides, like I'd let the other Sabine outlive me. As long as she's breathing, my work won't be done. Speaking of work, if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to leave. I'm fine. Exactly. Was dead. Am dead no longer. Hospital care not needed. Unless you have more unfounded medical advice to share. No, I don't need rest. Unlike you. Naps are for children, and clove when they eat too much pizza. Though it would seem you need one as well. You're not in a fit state to help anyone. Go get some rest before you collapse. I'm not worried about you. You somehow manage to be more annoying when you're overly exhausted than when you're your typical enthusiastically irritating self. I don't like it, so fix it before it really gets on my nerves, alright? And a bit of advice. If you spend too much time looking out for others, you really will end up dead. You're annoyingly decent, which means you're not going to pay attention to anything I say. But that doesn't mean it's not the truth. Look after yourself. I might not always be there to. Blubbering again. You really are the sorriest excuse for a new protocol member we've had yet. Well, if you aren't going to go rest, how about you make yourself useful then, I want a coffee. Get me one. I always take mine. Yes. I suppose you would know. Seems like even a parallel universe doesn't change some things. Well then, I swear to God, you fuck it up and that's the last straw. Don't look so pleased with yourself. And, Fractal? I really wasn't in the mood to die the other day. So I appreciate that I've lived to tell the tale. Now then, you ever mention I said that, and I will personally feed you to one of Gecko's little pets. All right? Not a goddamn word. Exactly. Silent is an incredible look on you. Now then, run along and get my coffee before all these pain meds really do wear off, okay? What a nuisance. You're late. Though I suppose that's nothing new. True, I'm not always on time, but, well, the things I say make it worth it. You, on the other hand, well, let's just say I prefer to see it as the rest of the protocol, simply being unnecessarily early. You, though, Fractal, you are most definitely late. Now then, I assume that drink in your hand is for me? Well, I suppose you aren't entirely useless then. Hand it over. Not bad. You're getting better at this. Of course, there was little elsewhere to go but up from your first attempt. I don't think I've ever had coffee that was more grounds than liquid. I'm messing with you. Even I can have a sense of humor when the moment is right. More importantly, did you try the gear I sent you? And how did it fit? Good is not an adequate descriptor. I know you've never been the most verbose of the protocol's members, but surely even you can come up with something less inadequate than good. Fine. The greatest concern is the fit of the mask. It must be airtight. No little gaps, unless you're looking to perish slowly and painfully. Someone has been doing their homework. Yes, my poison will be eventually absorbed through the skin. However, you should be all right, assuming you aren't taking on additional damage. If you breathe it in, though, well, let's just say it'll take a little more than CPR to bring you back. Don't tell me you actually think that. No. You could not simply hold your breath. Even if you could, it would only be a matter of time before you'd forget, and you'd open your mouth to spout something asinine. And then where would we be? You, dead. And me, having to drag your corpse back to whatever hovercraft brought us there. Have you ever moved a corpse, Fractal? They're very cumbersome. Not to mention they smell. I prefer my specimens jar-sized. You're not incorrect. A suit like this is an absolute pain in the ass to design. Mine keeps the poison in. Yours, well, that's a matter of reverse engineering. Oh, God. Don't be so childish. It's not about us matching. It's a matter of survival. Understood? Sometimes it really does feel like your only goal is to test my ever-thinning patience. Did you bring the mask with you at least? If you can't be descriptive, the very least you can do is let me take a look. Like I said, good is not the word I would use. See? There's gaps all around the edge. And now I can see why. You've buckled it completely incorrectly. Must I do everything? I suppose they say when you want something done right, you just have to do it yourself. Come here. And why don't you let me fix it before you accidentally manage to asphyxiate yourself? Brimstone would never let me hear the end of that. Pay attention. I'm not going to do this for you before every mission. Understood? The mask latches into the suit. Ensure the fit of the suit is smooth, or else you choke and die. Simple to remember, right? Even for someone like you. Even pressure. And if they don't, there's buckles on the side for manual use. See? Fits better when you put it on properly. Yes, the fog is annoying, but it won't be an issue once the respiratory system is attached. It's easier to construct the facial molding without all that tubing. That looks adequate. What? You weren't expecting something more complimentary, were you? Surely you know by now. I'm not in the business of giving out pats on the head just because you can tie your own shoelaces. Huh? Why make you a suit? You are correct. As I said, after our last mission, you were placed in the field far too quickly for my taste. Even so, I'm not the one who makes that call. Nor do I wish to be. If Brim says you're ready, you're ready. So, you will be going back into the field, but not without me. Clearly it's necessary for someone to keep an eye on you. Hence the suit. Last thing we need is for you to wind up dead just because you got in the way. I know, not the most romantic of sentiments, but then again, by now even you should know better. Yes, you can take it off. The system is temperature regulating, but that hasn't been installed yet either. Give me a week. It'll be completed. Next item on the agenda. Of course I made an agenda for this meeting. Otherwise you'd waste all my time blathering. Next, color. Do you have a color preference? KJ is fabricating the materials, so your decision-making process will need to be swift, but green. Fractal, is it really... Green is your favorite color? Of course it is. Always has been. Do you really expect me to believe that? Fine, so you want green. Be more specific. There are an infinite number of shades. You want to match. This is why I don't do things for other people. It fills them with foolish delusion. How delightful. So, we'll be matching then. I can only imagine the rest of the task force will be mature about your decision. Just because I think your choice is idiotic doesn't mean I won't hold up my end of a bargain. I said choose a color. You did. Oh, don't look so pleased with yourself. It's sickening. Really, do I want another coffee? Are you really trying to win me over with caffeine? Well, I guess you can teach a stray new tricks. Maybe this will work out. I have always been fond of creatures who know how to play fetch. Well, go on and hurry back. Since you wanted to match so terribly, I guess you're going to need some boots, right? Don't you think? Hop to it, Fractal. My love isn't gonna buy itself. You have become an idiot, Sabine. An absolute idiot.